You have been lied to about carbohydrates, but the good news is, if you learn how to eat the right way, you can make your weight loss journey a lot more enjoyable, which in turn is going to be a lot more sustainable because you actually are enjoying what you do and overall improve your quality of life. We have helped thousands of women over the years improve their body composition as well as increasing their confidence through sustainable weight loss methods. And today what I'm going to do is break down a couple of the top myths that we hear, primarily around carbohydrates. When women initially come to us, we hear a lot of myths surrounding carbohydrates which just are completely true, hence why they're called myths. And I want to break these down so you can go on your way and make sure that your weight loss journey is that little bit more sustainable from watching this video. First common myth that we hear is not to have carbs after 6 p.m. And I really like to challenge this because what happens after 6 p.m. that makes the carbs bad? Like, why are we not having them after 6 p.m? Is there something magical that happens from 5:59 to 6:01? No. If I eat a slice of bread at 5:59 and then I eat another slice of bread at 6:01, my body just doesn't go, right, nah, 6:01, nah, let's store this as fat. Let's store this as body fat because it's after 6 p.m. So let's turn this person to fat storing mode and put those carbs to fat. Our body doesn't do that, okay? Our body does not do that. Also, think about it. If you eat something at 5 o'clock in another country, it's going to be after 6 p.m. with the time zone, okay? It doesn't make sense. Let's put this myth to rest. I think where this myth originally came from is where people were not eating after 6 p.m. and they lost weight in return of that, but it's not actually anything to do with the carbohydrates. It's because their overall nutritional intake in terms of calories were lower over an extended period of time, which is the reason they lost weight. It had nothing to do with the carbohydrates. It essentially was because they're eating less. But again, not having carbs after 6 p.m., is that sustainable? You know, be going out for a meal and not having carbohydrates? What if you're on holiday? What if you're out with your friends, family, loved ones, celebrating a birthday, attending a family dinner, catching up with friends that you've not seen for a while? Are you just going to not eat carbohydrates for the rest of your life? Does that sound sustainable? No. So let's put this myth to rest. No carbs after 6 p.m. It is completely untrue. It doesn't do anything. We just need to make sure we're fueling ourselves with quality foods throughout the day, so that way we can achieve sustainable fat loss. Which leads me into the next myth. All carbs are bad. Why would all carbs be bad? This is just a one-way ticket to having an unhealthy relationship with food. I like to think of it in a simple manner. There are foods that are more nutrient dense, and there are some foods that are less nutrient dense. That's it. They don't need to be good and bad. There are foods that are more nutrient dense, and there are some foods that are less nutrient dense, and that's okay. Perfect example here. Let's just say I had 200 calories of Haribo, okay, versus 200 calories of oats. Now, the caloric amount's the same. Yes, of course, the oats are more nutrient dense. They're going to fuel us and make us feel better, okay? But there's also nothing wrong with the odd time from having the Haribo. In fact, we actually encourage it because if we include the foods that we like, it's going to make the weight loss journey a lot more sustainable because then you don't feel like you're ever dieting. I hate that word, dieting, restriction, removing things from your diet. No, the only thing you should be removing from your diet is the foods that you don't like, okay? That's what you should remove from your diet. We want to remove the foods you don't like, include the foods you do like, including those foods that aren't as micronutrient dense, just like the Haribo in this example, because you can eat the foods you like and still get results. This is literally what we do. And if you do want me to send you over some complimentary free fat loss trainings, just check the description box or the link that's going to appear in this video so you can let me know where to send it to, and I'll send you those over so that way you can get a head start on making your weight loss journey a lot more sustainable and actually enjoy the process. Now, the last common myth that I hear when women come to us to achieve sustainable weight loss is that they think that carbs make them fat. Now, to this I like to ask the question back, why would carbohydrates make us fat? And usually it's from some sort of headline or social media article which has complete biased information because usually those kind of people are trying to sell you something on the back end of that. Whereas we want to look at the facts here, and the facts are that carbohydrates do not make you fat. What actually makes you gain body fat over an extended period of time is overconsumption of calories. Now, of course, there's other factors here as well, like stress, hormones, medication, all these things, of course, which are super, super important and we can dive into deeper, absolutely. But if we are over-consuming in calories over an extended period of time, that is actually the reason that makes us gain body fat, not the particular macronutrient, which is carbohydrates in this place, okay? Now, carbohydrates, I think what people start to get scared about is because carbohydrates can retain a little bit of water retention. If we overconsume carbohydrates in a meal, it can make us retain a little bit of water, but that's the key word here, water. And that's a normal bodily function. No one stays at the exact same weight every single day, which leads me on to a really really important point that's important to remember. What we're actually trying to achieve is fat loss, not just weight loss. Now, of course, as we lose body fat over time, your weight will trend down. That's totally normal. But there's a huge difference between losing weight and losing body fat, okay? Perfect example here. Here's a glass of water. Now I don't know exactly how much I weigh in this exact millisecond. And, I'm wearing clothes, I've got stuff on, I've got a microphone on, okay? But let's just say I went on the scale just now, okay? Let's just say for number's sake, I was 100 kilos. Now let's say I drink this glass of water. Imagine I finish the glass, of course. I then go back on the scale. That number is going to be a bit higher. Does that mean that I have gained body fat? No. Have I gained weight? Yes. And this is the point I'm trying to make. Weight loss, fat loss, two completely different things. If I go on the scale just now and I'm a little bit heavier, I've not gained body fat, I've had water. Or I've eaten food. That's totally normal. And certain foods can make us retain a bit more water, but guess what? As we continue to drink more water, manage our stress levels, improve our sleep, that water just dissipates, and that's completely normal. So instead of getting so hung up on weight fluctuations, focus on what actually matters. Are you progressing with your fitness program? Are you feeling stronger? Are your body measurements changing? Are you taking progress pictures? Of course, weight is something that we track, absolutely, but it's more the trend over time that's important instead of worrying so much about these short-term spikes. This is just super important for you to know, because when you have this clear mindset around carbohydrates, instead of demonizing them, we can actually use them to our advantage to make us perform better, feel better, and let's be serious, who wants to eliminate carbohydrates really? Not me for sure, and if you don't want to either, because let's be serious, carbs are awesome. Now that those myths are busted, you can go on your way to not demonize carbohydrates, which will make your weight loss journey a lot more sustainable. And if you are ready to make the most sustainable weight loss progress of your life, just check out this next video that's popping up somewhere on the screen just now. It's the 8 pillars of sustainable weight loss. I highly recommend you watch this because it's going to be key to setting yourself up for a promising future and the weight loss results that you actually want for the rest of your life. We don't want to just lose weight and put it back on. We want to lose weight, keep it off, and live a high quality life. Hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video.